guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another watch along. Sevilla versus Barcelona. We are back in La Liga after that disappointing loss in the Champions League. Barcelona, they're now back in La Liga, trying to maintain that pressure and regain the top spot. As a Real Madrid, they beat Villarreal yesterday in a controversial fashion, but it is what it is. Another penalty for Real Madrid. Penalti a favor de Real Madrid. We always hear it. But very, very exciting for tonight, guys, as Barcelona are going to be playing against Sevilla. Very strong lineup. Not really much rotation, as you can see right here. Szczęsny in goal, Martín, Cubarsí, Araujo, and Kounde in the back line. Pedri, Frankie de Jong in the midfield. Surprised that Pedri isn't getting any rest or being rested for this game. Up top, you have Rashford, Olmo, and Ferran alongside Robert Lewandowski. Let's see how this lineup does, and let's get the 3 points, boys. Let me bring in the audio.
Cubarsí and Araujo, the central defensive pairing today for Hansi Flick. Gerard, Martín, and Kounde on the flanks. Kounde.
Interesting to see seeing Marcus Rashford out on the right instead on the left. That's gonna be hype. That is going to be hype.
Tactical change by this man, by Matías Almeida, El Pelado, as he's known in Argentina. It's related to men marking in the middle of the park. So pay attention. So it's always paired with Dani Olmo. It's Mendy with Pedri and Agumet with Frankie de Jong. They're men marked all across the field.
Well, he's done it everywhere he's gone, hasn't he, Matías Almeida? Very
Look at that.
Disciple of Marcelo Bielsa. Really the only team that play this way in La Liga. It's a unique challenge for Barcelona.
No, no handball right there.
Appeals for handball. Should be said mainly from the crowd rather than the players.
No handball.
Sevilla have settled into their passing game quite comfortably here. Of course, as soon as they say that,
Dani Olmo is going to need a much better performance. And as I say that, he loses the ball. But he's going to need a much better performance after that game against PSG because he did not play well. He did not play well whatsoever. And he's been heavily criticized since then.
And he has barely touched the ball. And if Pedri doesn't intervene, Barcelona struggle.
It's Pedri, De Jong, and Dani Olmo in the midfield three, and we were just talking pre-game about how.
What's up, Thomas? Is Kounde being booed, or maybe he's a club legend? You have to remember that Kounde played for Sevilla.
This week after his performance against Paris Saint-Germain, he could have.
No, that's not a handball.
Pretty clear chance, and was denied by a late defender at Paris Saint-Germain, but. People were expecting more of the former Leipzig player, especially because he had a great start last season.
Right there, the commentators, they're talking about that.
His registration.
It was, in fact, Olmo who the ball flicked up and appeared to hit in the hand inadvertently, as we saw that replay.
All right. No, but yeah, in regards to Kounde played for Sevilla before he joined for Barcelona.
They can't press us.
So there could be some hostility there because of that.
There was close attention there on Ferran Torres.
Nice, Araujo. Good work.
And Vargas trying to combine on the flank. Vargas, who joined Sevilla back in January from Augsburg in the German Bundesliga.
He barely played though, due to injuries.
I like the chance from Sevilla.
A long throw. That was a high looping delivery, strange one really. And
nothing.
Well, Isaac Romero
no foul.
Running out of options. Decided to hit the deck.
That's a great first touch, but then Araujo stays strong. Maybe there was a slight contact at that.
Nah, there's not a penalty there.
I think that was the classic 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They both had a hold of each other, didn't they?
Yep.
What was the referee looking at?
Is there some sort of delay here? Araujo is mystified.
Wait, is there an actual penalty?
They're reviewing that action. As you said, Isaac Romero is also pulling Araujo's shirt.
There's not a penalty there.
Again,
No way,
one of those
man.
classic cases, Alex. It's going to look worse in slow motion replay, isn't it? Seeing it live didn't seem to be much. He's going to take a look, though. I'll tell you what, this could go Sevilla's way.
Oh my.
It's very rare, isn't it?
Araujo, what need is there to do that? What need is there to make that foul?
That's a yellow card for Araujo. Even if he's the captain, you cannot pester the referee, especially when he's reviewing the play.
Oh my.
Yeah, there's a contact on the down left foot of Ronald Araujo. There. He clips Isaac Romero, but was that enough? There.
I mean, his foot is planted. Romero trips over it. Ball's running out of play.
Was a little bit reckless by Araujo, to be honest. You need to be.
That's not a penalty, man.
Roll out.
Oh my, it's a penalty.
Well, Barcelona can't believe it. And Sevilla have been handed an early opportunity here. Hansi Flick's team, of course, conceded first last week against Real Sociedad. They've actually conceded first in their last 2 La Liga games and come back to win them, and now they're staring at Sevilla.
See, I don't give that as a penalty in any sense of the world. But Araujo, why are you grabbing him? Why are you grabbing him?
In live time, Alex, as we looked at it, but the more you look at it in slow motion, I guess the worse it becomes.
Especially if you pay attention to Ronald Araujo's left foot. Again, he was shielding his position. He was just hurting Isaac Romero out of the bounds, but he should have been smarter.
Now, the man who scored 38 times for Barcelona in 83 appearances, Alexis
Sanchez. Clumsy, I know it's clumsy. It is clumsy.
For his second goal for Sevilla since joining them on the final day of the transfer window, the 36-year-old.
Szczęsny, can you save this? Szczęsny, can you save this? Come on.
Szczęsny, it's Sanchez for Sevilla, and it is 1-0. Sweetly taken, confidently dispatched. And Sevilla have given Barcelona another problem for which they must bounce back.
What a start, man.
Here's the penalty again. Both players are pulling each other's shirt, but the infraction is down on the feet. It's Ronald Araujo's left foot clipping Isaac Romero. He was so smart, shielding the ball after a great first touch. And then the perfect execution of the penalty, sending Szczęsny to the wrong way and putting the icing on the cake for a great start for Sevilla. The man from Tocopilla, from Chile, the former Barcelona player that showed this last week, so proud a letter that Barcelona sent him, congratulating him for coming back to La Liga, is the man, obviously, who scores against Barca.
Oh, man, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's more complicated for Hansi Flick's side.
Well, they haven't really got going yet. Dani Olmo trying to instigate something for the first time.
All right, let's just bounce back.
Crowd and the home players will feel they are good value for their early lead. even if it came by a slightly controversial manner. Alexis Sanchez from the penalty spot.
Oh, Ferran, that touch is horrible.
Alex.
Hello.
Conceded the first goal on
Hello.
3 different occasions in La Liga already this season. On all 3 occasions,
And that's a foul.
including last week.
Gerard Martín booked right here.
The week before against
What are we doing?
So no strangers to early adversity.
Yeah, they also have to pull a comeback against Levante after going 2-0 down. That's a yellow card for Gerard Martín. That's clear and obvious. But yeah, this is the main problem of Barcelona this season, conceding first and having to pull a comeback. And not always is possible, especially if the opposition shows this level of determination as Sevilla are doing in this.
Bro, Sevilla got a penalty awarded for them. What are you talking about determination? It's literally a mistake from Araujo.
Sevilla are playing too comfortably.
Yeah. They can't get any high pressure on the ball,
There.
can they?
I trust in the aura flick. Yeah, I'm not stressed. When you look at how he fouled the guy, it was a foul. I understand that, but I mean, I don't give it.
An interesting week, dealing with all sorts of.
Is there any danger in him? Like even if he gets to the ball, is there any danger? No.
He didn't hesitate in saying this is going to be a really tough test for us.
I mean, I'm not upset that they call it a penalty.
Yeah, they knew where they were going, and they knew the kind of opponent.
I'm more upset at Araujo making that's clumsy. Just why give the referee that option? Because you know how the referees are just awful.
Men marking him. That high press from Sevilla is killing Barcelona.
Yeah. Again, can't find their way out on defensive end.
You can see desperation from Araujo kicking the ball up with nonsense for the second time in a minute. This is the bench with a lot of options: Eric Garcia, Alejandro Valde, Marc Casado, Mar Bernal, Andreas Christensen.
Yeah. We've got 4 or 5 younger players called up from the B team as well. To fill out
I mean, when you're a player there, whether you want to bait the referee, you want to make it look as much of a foul as possible.
Juan Garcia, and the big one, Alex Lamine Yamal. We haven't mentioned his absence yet, and that's been a subject that's been dominating everything in Barcelona this week. What's your take on that situation? I'll come back to that because Lewandowski has picked up possession here. Oh, it was dug out and chipped back in by Pedri. And no Lamine Yamal, Alex. What's your assessment?
I do not like Flick's lineup. We have no dangerous players to come off the bench. We have Rooney Bardaji, but Venley, we have Rafinha and we have Lamine Yamal injured. Well, what can Hansi Flick do about that? When you look at the lineup, when you look at the bench, there's no one. It's only
Lamine Yamal can play
Tony Fernandez and Rooney.
Available game either for Spain or for Barcelona, and they need to reach an agreement. The Spanish Federation and Barcelona, because he's one of the best players in the world already, and he's only 18. But they need to take.
Olmo is lost in these games, bro. He doesn't show for the ball such a passenger. I know he hasn't been playing great these past couple of games, past couple of weeks actually.
90+ minutes against Paris Saint-Germain. He was struggling for easily the final 30 minutes of the game.
Here's Romero on the rampage again. The man who won the penalty. Ruben Vargas forced a little wide, but there's hardly any respite at the moment, is there, for this Barcelona defence? And respite was what you were talking about for Lamine Yamal. He's played so many minutes.
Yeah, and he's very ambitious, and it's not his fault. He's only 18. He's very enthusiastic. He's super confident in his abilities, but somebody needs to sit down with him and make him understand that he needs to start reading his body properly. This is something that happened to Leo Messi as well. When he started playing regularly with Barcelona, he started picking up a lot of injuries until people sat down with him.
Starting
and took
Ferran
care of
and
his
Lewandowski is stupid.
habits, nutrition,
So then
etc.
who do you play?
Well, the
We
club
just don't have the
versus country
options.
Tug of war is nothing new in this sport, is it? But it seems to be intensifying. We've already seen
If you don't play both Ferran and Lewandowski.
Kylian Mbappe decide that he won't be going to the France national team in the next international break.
Yeah, both of your starting wingers injured.
But Hansi Flick has been on both
Another
sides
yellow
of it,
card.
hasn't he, as,
Wow.
a yellow card is handed out here. Ferran Torres on the receiving end for dishing out the punishment. Oof, yeah.
And it's out of frustration. Yeah, as you mentioned, Hansi Flick has been a national team coach. He managed.
Now we are go down. Who do we bring on? Asking level the press in this
side, and
humidity
this
ain't
is
smart.
exactly
Start
one of the
Rooney.
Things that Luis de la Fuente
I mean, yeah,
talked
but
about in his press conference, the Spanish national team manager, he said that, oh, I was expecting a little bit more of empathy from Hansi Flick. He's been in that position.
Oh, great football from Sevilla. Combination of passes.
That's offside.
Alexis Sanchez slipping it back.
No?
Okay. From Suazo.
Everything's going south right now. I know. Nothing is working. Not getting to the ball. We're receiving.
Keeps it low all the way, and the shot is wide.
We're receiving yellow cards. We're not playing well.
Carmona arrived, the right back. His first time effort.
We got no firepower. That's what I'm saying. Like, this team needs more reinforcements in the summer. I mean, in January.
And it gets to the other side, to the far post, where Carmona doesn't have a.
So important that Barcelona get back to the camp now. We need those extra funds coming in. The VIP sale.
Another example of how Barcelona are
the VIP seat sale. You know.
They are today at the Sánchez-Pizjuán.
Cesar Azpilicueta. Also signed on transfer deadline day. Rashford.
Problem for Barça today is that Sevilla, when they trigger their press, they're floating two players. They float Ronald Araujo and they float Gerard Martín, so they can concentrate all their efforts on the rest of the available players. Pay attention to that. Gerard Martín is always going to be open to receive the ball. When he receives the ball, as we just saw, Alexis Sanchez will try to press him, and the other Sevilla players will try to follow him, make him fall into that trap.
Okay.
Same with Araujo, because these are the two.
We're not fully ready to compete for everything just yet.
When it comes to playing the ball around.
They still need some play. No. My thought process is Barcelona. We can beat anyone and compete for any competition. Do we have the squad depth to compete on all fronts? No. No. Last season was a miracle because our players didn't get injured. Lamine Yamal didn't get injured, for most of the season. Obviously, he had that blip in November, December. Rafinha was fit constantly. Pedri was fit throughout the season. Kounde and Balde, they got injured, but towards the end of the season, obviously, that affected us for the Inter. But I think this team can compete against anyone. Can compete and beat anyone.
A step quicker, don't they? A little more intense.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Barcelona cannot apply.
To go for the treble, I agree.
They're always late. They're always chasing the ball.
Oh my God, that's so unlucky.
Challenge from De Jong wasn't much of one. The cut back.
That's so unlucky.
Here's Rashford looking for separation from Carmona and unable to buy any. Carmona continuing his run, having won the ball back. Enterprising play again from the fullback. Sanchez looking to cut inside. Alexis Sanchez can't quite do it alone.
That's such. These are such fortunate bounces. These are such fortunate bounces.
Just wide. Seemed to take an eternity.
Oh my.
Again, the first move by Alexis Sanchez, well played by Pau Cubarsí. Isaac Romero is highly left-footed. That's why he used the outside of his left foot instead of his right. It was spinning out. That's why Matías Almeida had that reaction.
As long as we win La Liga and Copa, Supercopa again, I'll be okay if that's going to give us some big extra money.
The right post.
Just spinning the wrong direction.
Nah, Cubarsí was doing well there. It's just the defender had a fortunate rebound.
Scorer coming into today. He's the only one who'd scored more than one. 9 different players who've scored a goal for Sevilla, which is tied for second highest mark around the European top 5 leagues. Barcelona are actually the team who lead that department. They've had 10 different players score a goal this season.
Look at that. Marcus Rashford and Ferran switched.
But the main problem for Barca starts here. The lack of pressing. Odysseas is sending a lot of long balls with Vargas as a clear target. Kounde is having a terrible day today as well.
Kounde back in his former stomping grounds. He's still actually the record both signing and sale for Sevilla.
All right.
It's been a usual route in these last 2 decades, going from Sevilla to Barcelona. It's Dani Alves, it's Kounde, it's Adriano, it's Ivan Rakitic, it's Aleix Vidal. A lot of players that share both jerseys. Yeah, there was a time, Adrian, over the last 15, 20 years ago, but Barcelona only bought players from Sevilla, Valencia, and Arsenal.
Yeah, interesting how it works out, isn't it? Those relationships established. Kounde.
Oh, wow.
Now they've broken through again. Real opportunity here for Sevilla. Can they take advantage?
Oh, nice, Szczęsny. What a block, Szczęsny.
Save from Romero. Isaac.
What a block.
Great opportunity to make it 2.
Bro, where's that
Let's
press?
talk about this through ball.
That is an amazing through ball.
Right
That's brilliant.
The problem is the receptor is Gibril. So
the amount of chances Sevilla are getting, I know. It's not a good Barcelona performance. It's not good.
Waits, he sends the ball back to Isaac Romero, and then Szczęsny steps up to deny the Sevilla striker. That was a poor effort, to be said. But yeah, Sevilla need to capitalize these chances because they have.
Thank goodness, bro.
Corner delivered far post.
Oh, nice, Szczęsny.
Requires
Another save from Szczęsny. Not a good performance, man.
There was an offside in the aftermath. I don't think it would have mattered from the initial shot. It was well worked, wasn't it, from the corner?
Yeah, a lot of runs into the near post to drag the defenders to that position and clear out the space at the far post. Great execution, but yeah, there was an offside position because I think it was Alexis Sanchez was blocking Szczęsny's eyesight.
All right.
Yeah, upon closer inspection,
should have been 3 by now.
Revealed that actually
Yeah.
there's an offside.
It hasn't been a good half from Barcelona.
From Mondi.
Torres is not working.
Well, Barcelona are only going to play one way. We know that. Hansi Flick has established it. Of course, other teams know it. And if they can devise a way to make the most of this defensive high line, opportunities will arise. And Sevilla have certainly shown that through this first 29 minutes or so. Torres inside to Pedri. Can they get going? Really nothing happening as an attacking force in the game for the Blaugrana.
Good work.
And now a chance for Rashford to initiate something. Nice combination.
Good work.
And it will be a corner. To the chagrin of
He's a striker, not a winger.
Was convinced Last touch came from Barcelona.
Press with the tired Pedri and Jong and passive Olmo and a lazy reference. You were asking a lot. I think that more speaks to like the planning from the squad rather than, you know, Flick's lineup.
With Isaac Romero in the penalty action.
Yeah.
Rashford.
Because here's the thing, guys. If we say, hey, okay, start Rooney. Okay, yes, Rooney starts. Is he at the same level as Ferran this season? No. Is he at the same level as Robert Lewandowski? No. It's going to be a decrease in quality. Okay, right there. If we say, okay, rest Frankie de Jong, rest Pedri. Okay, we rest one of them. Who do we bring on? Marcasado. Okay, Marcasado. What happens? 45 minutes go by. We see the Barcelona fan base crying, complaining. Oh my God, he's not playing well. Oh my God, he's not creating. We need Frankie. We need Frankie. Okay, he comes on. Right there. Balde, not fit. Wingers, injured. Guys, Hansi Flick is doing the best way he has.
Industry on the follow-up, rewarded with another corner now.
Araujo claiming for a penalty here with this clash with Ruben Vargas. Nothing to see.
The man who was involved in the penalty decision at the other end, trying to win one back for his team.
Man. Let's just hope we get a chance, just equalize it, and then hopefully that goal just boosts us into the second half.
Rashford sending in the signals and then sending in the delivery. Not a clean header on the end of it, and easily for Odysseus. Well, this is just the start of our coverage today. A little later on, what is round 8 of La Liga continues with the nightcap. Atletico Madrid, fresh off their big win in the derby, travel to Estadio Balaidos to take on Celta Vigo in the fabulous city of Vigo. Alex, that will be an interesting test for Diego Simeone's men.
It's never easy for them at Balaidos. They have scored a couple of late-minute victories over the last seasons, the Simeone side, but that will be a great test for their exceptional run. They have scored 5 goals against Frankfurt, 5 goals against Real Madrid, 3 goals against Rayo Vallecano. Let's try to listen to Matías.
Yeah, let's see what he says.
No pueden bajar la intensidad y la concentración. Lucy, si se te va, anda con él. En la segunda, no lo tienen que dejar que piensen. Entonces, mientras eso va bien, ahora recuperan y ya saben lo que planificamos. Después, los cambios de frente están por los dos lados. Aprovechá que estamos en estado, toque de evolución y pasá. Estamos en estado, toque de evolución y va. ¿Ok? Liquídenlo,
There are a lot of concepts in this small talk. He was highlighting the need for Sevilla to keep
Telling you, this financial shit isn't fully fixed until it's hard to bring some players, as though they're going to keep moving the goalposts.
30 minutes. He also talked about the players that are already.
Oh man, they just need to figure out the situation with the city of Barcelona.
Martín and Ferran Torres.
Because the return to the Camp Nou needs to be desperate.
On the man
you know?
that is booked in order to get the second.
We're not saying Rooney is better than Torres, but Torres is shit at the wing.
Remember what we practiced.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying, hey, if Rooney is not going to give anything of importance out there, let's be honest.
Very interesting indeed to listen in.
Is Rooney ready to play this game? I don't think so.
Of course,
simple as that.
Liga.
At least with Rooney, he can stretch the side. Yeah, but that's just like cope, man. That's just cope. If Rooney starts this game, he does nothing. He does nothing. Well, we're going to be looking at him and what's it called? In the last couple of games, they're going to be like, what did he do?
Yeah, but a fascinating appointment. Fascinating to see him in La Liga after being.
The Barca players need punishment. No, they need rest. That's what they need.
Chivas, Guadalajara. This team have really sunk their teeth in here and about to again.
Oh my!
Well,
look at the amount of chances that Sevilla are getting. Holy!
His left foot has let him down, or Sevilla could be out of sight.
Believe it or not, that's his favorite foot. And again, the same strategy for breaking that high line from Barcelona, moving them on the flanks and then sending this cross right immediately in order to take advantage of that big gap between Szczęsny and the high line. Isaac Romero is a great striker. He won the penalty for Sevilla, but he lacks composure in front of goal.
Yeah,
That should have been 4
he's a
now.
youth team product, isn't he? He's 25 now, his 3rd year in the first team. He's 2 goals this season, 10 in his La Liga career. But you're talking about a very different sort of man leading the line than Barcelona have got at the other end in Lewandowski. How he must have been licking his lips at some of those opportunities at the other end.
All right.
The end product, the goal, is the most expensive thing to buy in football. That's why big strikers like Lewandowski, Holland, Kylian Mbappé are so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, you mentioned already with their financial troubles, Sevilla.
Kounde is having a
resort to
horrendous
again.
game.
They've pierced this high defensive line. They're making it look easy this time for Romero. And it is 4th time
2-0.
lucky for Isaac.
Kounde is having a horrible game, man.
And Sevilla, a really good value here for their 2-goal lead. Barcelona are in big trouble.
Oh man, Kounde. Mbappe will score 4 goals in the Clásico.
Party at siesta time in Sevilla. The little rabbit, Isaac Romero, with his trademark celebration, finally broke the seal at his 4th attempt. This action, Jules Kounde being dispossessed, being victim of the high pressing style of Sevilla. Suazo wins the ball back, and then again, a ball.
Oh, that's
into the
onside.
space. Vargas.
Olmo and Kounde is not the same right now. They need to get out from
Taking
the
one
as soon as
tackle, allowing
possible.
Isaac Romero to have a better angle, and then the first time effort.
That's just poor.
with his weaker foot to break the spell. Finally beat Szczęsny and put Sevilla 2-0 up.
Ironies of ironies, Alex. He tried 3 times with the left foot and failed each time. Went to the right foot. Bingo. Lovely composed finish, wasn't it?
They booked Frankie. So we have Frankie, Ferran, and Martín booked.
Oh, what an opportunity now Sevilla have to end this long, desolate drought against Barcelona. Remember, they haven't beaten this team in 10 years.
Oh,
October
my.
2015. That's 19 games. Barcelona.
That was like half-hearted
won
defending from
15
Kounde
of
there.
them. There have been 4 draws in the last decade. The last time Sevilla won against Barcelona, Unai Emery was their coach, and Luis Enrique was in charge for Barcelona.
Barcelona were, back in the day, the current Champions League title winners. They had won the Champions League in May 2015, so they were the reigning champions. And they got defeated.
At least it's the players and not Flake who fucks up today.
And Kounde, Neymar scored the lone goal of Barcelona from the penalty spot that day.
I would say just try find Pedri. Try to find Pedri as much as possible.
Barcelona's resilience, their ability to come back this season, it is going to be really tested now at the Sánchez-Pizjuán.
Oh my.
As you mentioned, Alex, come back from 2 down already this season. That was against Levante. And here's Sevilla looking to turn up the pain dial. Still
Just
third,
end
but
the
they've got
half,
another
man.
corner.
Just end the half.
This is a total
Is Bale not
difference
fit?
now.
No, he's not fit.
Levante and in Valencia against,
It's gonna be a long season.
Barcelona had no
Okay. Here's what I don't understand. The whole conversation of this season was saying, oh my God, Barcelona are gonna win everything, you know, and then because of one loss against PSG and because of you know, this bad start, now we're hearing such topics of like it's gonna be a long season. What? No, it's not gonna be a long season.
Corner from the fullback, Suazo dealt with at the near post. But Barcelona had to bring everyone back to defend the threat. There was no
Barcelona is still favorites to compete for everything.
Well, they've had
I
so
still
little
believe that we're going to have a
possession.
very
It's
successful season.
extraordinary. More often you see it in any La Liga game.
Just 53% of possession for Sevilla, 47 for Barcelona. Sevilla winning even the possession battle. And this is
Yeah, we've
related
done
to
nothing in
their
the half.
intensity. This is why Matias Almeida was so insistent in keeping up with the concentration and also with the intensity. Because if you dispossess Barcelona, they struggle, and especially these men, Araujo, Kounde, they're having a pretty bad day today.
Yeah. There haven't been too many of them in recent times. You have to go back to December of last year for the last time Barcelona lost back-to-back games in all competitions. Of course, coming off the back of that PSG win. They're in danger of doing that, but those defeats to Leganés and Atletico Madrid at home last December.
Yeah, that's true.
They suffered back-to-back losses.
I'm not saying we're not going to win anything. I'm just saying it won't be the same run. Losing is contagious. That PSG loss was avoidable.
Sized problem
It was
to deal with
avoidable,
here
100%.
in the Sevilla heat.
If we finished the Ferran chance, if we finished the Dani Olmo chance,
A way forward for them.
it could have been much better.
Rashford. Retrieved by De Jong. And overcooking the cross by some wide margin.
It's just a bad half. We just reset. This is not Araujo's fault. That lineup is bad.
We barely mentioned Dani Olmo.
We're not possessing the ball. Draw is the best result.
Of the inception
Okay,
of
so
the
Venley,
second
the only
goal.
change you would make was what? Put in
Getting
Rooney?
dispossessed,
That's it?
Araujo losing the foot race. That was a great cross.
Put in Rooney for Lewandowski.
Just waiting. That first touch.
I feel like
allowed
Martín and
Sacco
Fabian Ruiz were the
to
ones who
get a
carried that
better
team.
position in front of goal. And then the service was amazing. And then the celebration, the rabbit celebration. El Conejito, that's his nickname.
Yep. Sayas, the Greek goalkeeper, clearing there. Don't think in his wildest dreams he could have been expecting as comfortable a first half as he's had here. Really nothing to
Oh,
do.
nice, Pedri.
Will it stay that way though in the closing moments? Barcelona desperate to get some sort of foothold in this game. Meanwhile, most of the citizens of Madrid are loving what they're seeing right now.
Yeah, both fans of Real Madrid and Atletico de Madrid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that. You can see the dead legs in Frankie and Pedri. The game is swallowing them alive. Okay, so what? You put in Marc Casado and oh, Rashford, please finish that.
Rashford has broken through here.
Aw.
And well, talked about Odysseus.
So Rashford, no, Casado and Rooney.
He was out quickly to deny Marcus Rashford his first real look at goal for Barcelona.
That happened because Cubarsí had time to think, to raise his head and to say that.
That front three PSG feuded felt like Dembele called his boys in the neighborhood. Rashford, Ferran, Rooney, younger legs for the press and the heat. Well done.
It's been a while.
Oh, the flick on from the corner. And suddenly Barcelona springing to life here. It's taken a long time.
VAR didn't show what happened before the second PSG goal. I only showed the ball.
There's De Jong in the centre circle.
I don't even have the energy to complain about that. We'll also start Casado and Pedri. No way Cubarsí should be playing this game.
Araujo has to drop back to his position. Look at Pedri. He was desperate. Araujo had stayed there just in case they were sending another long ball to play as a second center forward. But immediately the rest of his teammates were like, drop back and go back to the position.
Yeah, you've mentioned it already.
Hi, Hannah.
On a couple of occasions, they've done a masterful job on Pedri, taking him out of the proceedings. As you say, number 20, Gibril Sao is draped all over it every time you look. So that may be job number one for Hansi Flick, figuring out how to release the shackles on Pedri as the foul will give Sevilla the free kick deep in their half. It's Pilaqueta. And Carmona actually was the man on the receiving end.
No, I feel regardless of who started, I think we would have been in this lull.
That can bring that extra level of energy and can match that intensity in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Not many options, to be honest, to change the game, especially in the midfield. You can play Marc Casado.
6 minutes of our time.
Yeah,
There's many games that Cubarsí should have been benched.
Raise the level compared to Frankie de Jong. So there's not many options, to be honest, for Hansi Flick today.
If the players were looking for a breather, some respite from the Andalusian sun, they're going to have to wait a while yet. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Remember, this is a Sevilla team that haven't won at home this season in La Liga. In fact, they've only won at home once in the calendar year of 2025. 13 games here, stretching back the second half of last season, and 1 victory. And it was
Lewandowski's on his last legs. This has to be his final year. Salute and thank you for everything. Bentley, who do you sign then? Who do you sign?
Ooh, what it says decided to come for it. Didn't get there. And the header.
Who do we sign that can minimum put in 20 goals a season? Minimum. 20, 25.
Marcao, the player that suffered the friendly fire.
Yeah, it's Marcao's touch, wasn't it?
And that collision with Odysseas Blachodimos. Born in Germany. He won a European.
Let's have a good. Rice says just like let's restart and let's just move on to the second half.
He switched.
Simple as that.
And played with Greece.
Just reset. This half is a half to forget.
Yeah.
You know.
Signed on
This is truly one of the worst halves that we've seen.
Start of the season. Orhan Nyland, the Norwegian #1, has been the #1 here, but Odysseas has taken over, and that was the decision on the goal. How close it was. Fine margins.
Yeah, fine margins is what end up deciding the outcome of a game when you take those risks playing that high line. And especially since this is the second year that Barcelona are using this tactic under Hansi Flick, the opponents, they know already how to at least try to beat that high line, and they have become way more efficient than last season.
I like Marcus Thuram for 80 million.
It's moving the ball to the flanks and sending an early cross from a distant position.
First, at Barcelona, they don't have 80 million. So.
Looking for
And second, I mean, I think Marcus Thuram is a great player, but I wouldn't be paying 80 million for him.
Unhappy with some of the pre-corner jostling. I think he's going to be ordering it to be retaken.
Thuram is more like a supporting striker.
Rashford again. Odysseas under his own crossbar, punching it clear. That referee signalling a ball curled out of play before coming back in.
Oh, no way.
Yep. Went out. The goal that Odysseas Blachodimos is guarding in this first half where one of the darkest episodes of Barcelona's history took place in 1986. This is where the penalty shootout of the European Cup final was played against Steaua Bucharest.
Oh yes, remember it well. That was a back header from Carmona that almost played his team into danger. Now a little clip over the top again. Alexis Sanchez is broken through. Good recovery though, needed to be.
Great job from Araujo recovering there.
Araujo tracking down Sanchez, who's understandably not quite as quick as he used to be in his prime Arsenal days.
even when he played for Barcelona. I remember him scoring a true golazo in a Clásico against Real Madrid at the Camp Nou with a beautiful lob over Diego Lopez.
Olmo helping it on. Lewandowski on the turn instinctively, powering it. Almost turned into a pass.
This is nothing has been working this half. Nothing. This is just like a half to forget. None of our passes are working. Our chances are just not there. We can't recover the ball.
By Mondi. Kounde given too much to do.
That was a lovely ball. You can tell that they've been training these kind of movements, these kind of drills over and over this week. Automatically, once they win the ball back, they try to start a transition through the flanks or through a ball over the top, but just at Barcelona's back. This is where they hurt.
Yeah. Well, the question is, Alex, what does Hansi Flick do about it in this second half?
It's a tough situation. I expect Alejandro Balde to replace Gerard Martín on the left-hand side to have more width on that position. Probably Eric Garcia or Andreas Christensen for Araujo. And many more changes, I expect.
Come on, Lewa, something.
For the visitors.
No, nothing.
Lewandowski in the action, but it's repelled. And that should just about do it. The crowd screaming for the half-time whistle, but the referee letting them play on. And a chance perhaps
there we
for
go.
Barca, and they've taken it.
There we go. That's one back.
Deep into stoppage time.
That's one back.
And there's going to be some argument about that, I'm sure, from the home crowd. But Hansi
Nah,
Flick
fuck
won't
off.
care. Marcus Rashford is off the mark in terms of La Liga goals. And it
Let's
could
go,
be
Rashford.
a hugely important strike before the break to give
Come on.
Barcelona some hope.
Onside.
Finally,
It counts.
Barcelona pressing high up the pitch, winning the ball back and launching.
What an assist from Pedri as well.
That was Sevilla's recipe for the first half.
What
And
a
it also
pass
worked
from
out
Pedri.
for Barcelona. Pedri with this sweet ball. And let's talk about this shot by Marcus Rashford. Calm, composed, with his weaker foot. First time effort, lovely volley. It reminds me of a goal that Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored against Real Madrid. Amazing effort for Marcus Rashford in a very critical moment of the game.
And how desperately that was needed. There's a sense of injustice here at the Sánchez-Pizjuán. They felt the half-time whistle should have gone already. It didn't, and in fact we're still playing on.
What are they talking about?
And then a shot from a long way out from Alexis Sanchez will surely be the last moment of this first half. These players are desperate for a break. And finally that whistle sounds, and you hear the reaction here, Alex. A little glance at the watch, ironically, from Muniz Ruiz, but this game's complexion has changed with that goal from Rashford.
Yeah, that sends Barcelona back.
All right, there we go. Halftime. Oh, say it was Rashford. Fantastic goal. How the hell could Hansi start Rashford right wing? Oh, man. All right. Well, atrocious first half. But we're still alive. We are still alive. That definitely makes our job in the second half easier. Hopefully, the sun, it starts to go away a little bit. Because the sun has been killing the players. Absolutely killer. That has been wrecking them. But thoughts on the first half, guys? Well, what you guys been making of the first half? Worst half Barcelona have had under Flick. This is partly on Flick also. It's obvious Pedri and Frankie are gas, and he still starts them every single game. I know there aren't many options, but try something different and let them rest. It's not like they will give you much in the state anyway. This is an important game. You think if he had trust in other options, he wouldn't try them? Maybe rest them for second half at best? Did you want him to dip into the academy and start a pair of 16-year-olds in the midfield, blame the board for only making 3 signings, in Flick's entire tenure, one being a loan? We played 2 of the worst halves of football I've seen from us under Flick back to back. You see Real Madrid, wait, what? You see the refereeing versus Real Madrid against Villarreal, and then this penalty called against Barca, and you understand everything. They don't want us to win the league. They can't lose the game, bro. They're heading to El Clasico. I mean, it was a rough game. It was a rough game, rough half. This penalty from Araujo, pretty dumb. You know, why are you even allowing the referees to make a decision? We know how the referees are always going to be against you. Always going to be against you in this position right here. Araujo, clumsy, dumb mistake. Shouldn't be making that. When you look at the referees, you see right here that Isak trips over Araujo's planted foot. Oh, man. Frustrating. Sevilla time and time again getting behind Barcelona's back line. If you're going to be having this back line, you need the press. You need the press. But at Van Lee, I completely agree with you. You can't be doing that press with, you know, a tired Pedri, a tired Frankie de Jong, a tired Lewandowski. You just can't be doing that. Welcome. We were discussing, I know it was a horrendous half. Araujo is back in the starting lineup and cost us a goal. Oh. Sevilla have had this chance right here. Another chance right here. They like Sevilla, if they were clinical, they should have generally be up like 4-0, something like that. That goal should not have counted. They went over the time. That's completely false. We did not go over the time. The referees added 6 minutes. 6 minutes, and with the time wasting, with the stop and fouls. I mean, yeah, the press is the issue here. There's no press from any of the Barcelona players. If you're not gonna press, then don't have the high line. Simple as that. But I would say the entire team is just having a poor night. Poor night. Look at this from Kounde. Lackluster intensity. Losing the ball like that. Sevilla counter, and they score. Alexis Sanchez had this one before Barcelona. They scored. Thankfully, Barcelona do score like towards the end. Brilliant ball from Pedri into Marcus Rashford right here. Marcus Rashford finishes that brilliantly. The level of cope is insane. Man, them said we went past the time. We were awful. Kounde was awful. It was a bad half. It was a bad half. Yeah. The worst halves that I've seen under Hansi Flick was the one against PSG in the second, and this one right here. Last season, we were flying in October. What's going on? I get that there are injuries and all, but the team that's out there looks so finished physically. Well, why are you surprised? High line and continuous pressing is so demanding physically. Our players are clearly not up physically for high lines in the beginning of the season. Hansi should be able to recognize this simple fact. They have figured out the high line, man. How hard it is to see. Why is Flick so fucking stubborn? It's a soft penalty, but we will have these decisions going against us all season, just like what happened in La Liga last season. It's a disgrace, but Barca have to beat the referees to win the league again. All right, mixed opinions right there. And Enrique was smart for protecting Nuno Mendes against Lamine. He should have been sent off, Nuno Mendes. If Vinny Jr. if the foul against Vinny Jr. yesterday was given a yellow card and the player was sent off for that, how is Nuno Mendes putting his leg across Lamine and blocking the shot not a foul and not second yellow? We look exhausted, 100%. The team looks physically not there. He's not stubborn. That's how he coaches teams. Right now what I'm doing is I'm reading the reaction on social media right now. I'm reading the reaction on social media. You're just seeing what the Barcelona families are saying. Curious, what has Araujo done except get dinged for a penalty that wasn't? Busted back to save a goal when no one else was close and defend well other than that. The exaggeration I am seeing makes me think I am missing something. All right. Well, this is what it is. That was definitely 100% yellow card for Mendes. Everyone was sloppy. Frank de Jong could have been sent out as well from his foul. What? Like Frank de Jong stepping on them? Even if it's a soft penalty, Araujo was holding his shoulder and part of his arm. Both of them were holding. See, like, I'm not frustrated that the referee gave that penalty against Barcelona because I know the referees are trash. Me personally, I think that's a super soft penalty. Both of them are holding each other. Isaac is literally grabbing Araujo's shorts right there. You know? Both of them were holding against each other. But Araujo, why give the referee the option to call the penalty? You know the referees are out to get you. We know LaLiga is out to get you. Why? Don't give him that option. You know? We miss Rafinha's and Ferran's intensity. LaLiga ref are frauds. I mean, my thought process is make changes, even if we could, even if we're gonna sacrifice, the quality of the team a little bit. Just having that energy could be different. I don't know. Let's see what turns out. Bring in Alejandro Balde. I don't know how fit he is. I have no idea how fit he is. Maybe give a half to Rooney, see what he can do. Crazy that Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-1. What a reaction from Manesca as well. What a reaction. Bring Frankie de Jong from the bench to impact. Oh, wait, Angie, did you mean Casado? Bring Casado in and play Pedri as a 10. Two changes that you could potentially do. Number one, bring in Balde. And two, don't. Oh my gosh. We haven't even mentioned Olmo. Oh my. So many players are just not at it today. So many. So many. Kounde isn't at it. Ferran isn't at it. Olmo isn't at it. But the entire team isn't at it tonight. Rashford stepping up. What a shame that for now only Pedri is keeping up with him. Barca's first half was dreadful, one of the worst I can remember under Hansi Flick's leadership. I can agree. This is why Araujo didn't start the PSG game. Bozo moment after bozo moment after bozo moment. Oh my gosh. We're so lucky to come out of the half just to go down. Could have very easily been 3, even 4. I don't care how many injuries we have. There's no excuse for what we just saw. Alejandro Balde, Eric Garcia, and Marcasol should take the field as soon as the second half begins. This goal by Rashford shouldn't change anything when it comes to making decisions. Unbelievable volley from Rashford. Barca very lucky to be going in at halftime only behind 1 goal. All right. And what, get injured in that position? It's whatever at this point. You broadcast the game live? I don't. I can't show the game. I can't show the game because if not, we're gonna get copyright. Exactly. I mean, well, one of the things that I've grown in is, at the start when I first started watching Barcelona, I get so upset that Barcelona lost a game or that we played badly. But right now, I just view it as just like we lost, we move on. Not be so emotionally invested into the games. Because you can't let, a Barcelona, defeat dictate how you're gonna do. Balde and Eric Garcia coming on. Much needed. Much needed. No. In games like these, I find no point in scapegoating individuals. We were horrendous as a collective, and everyone is to blame. Forget the back line, which was all over the place. We couldn't even string a set of passes together. I'm so confused. All right, boys. Let's try to get this done. At least the AC Milan and Juve will make up for it. Same, I moved on with this emotional, pissed off, taking it personally a long time ago. I just accept whatever the result is. 100%. All right, boys. Second half
She's
of
wrong.
Belly on the way.
No, she was absolutely
Let's
right.
bounce back.
And 2 changes as a result of that, both at the back. Here and Alex Balde into the fray, but how will Marcus Rashford's goal in the 6th minute of stoppage time have changed the approach here for Sevilla? Perhaps a very different feeling, isn't it, heading in with a 2-0 lead than having just been pegged back. And immediately Barcelona start on the front foot here. Lewandowski, who barely had a sniff inside the Sevilla penalty area, skewing his effort wide. Barcelona, Alex, scored with their only shot on target of the first half.
And that's frustrating for Sevilla, because they have played an amazing first half. They had plenty of chances to score at least 4 goals, and then conceding in the first time that your opponent just is able to create something. That's very disappointing for them, and that clouds a little bit the prospect of having a good second half. But it's up to them. It's up to them keeping up the same level of intensity and pressing.
Yeah. It's instructive looking back at the replay of that Barcelona goal as well.
All right.
Pedri winning the ball and getting.
Let's pray for Balde not picking
Also
up an
for the
injury.
first time in
Araujo
the
might have
entire
to be
half.
sold. He's
Stole it away from
is not
Balde,
being
and
respected. If we can get 60 million
he
for him,
found
I'm cool.
himself
I don't think Flick trusts him.
in that sort of space, he delivered the
Araujo is good for
perfect
context.
cross, didn't he?
In certain matches, I think Araujo is great. We saw against Newcastle. He was absolutely fantastic. You know, I think for certain matches, certain contexts, I think he could be very good. You notice Flick is correcting. Yes, yes. Flick is noticing the team needs some changes and he's adjusting to it.
Well, Barcelona fans could be forgiving. I'm thinking there was some deja vu involved in that first half. That's a storming run. No end product as Lewandowski let it go. But you think back to last season, Alex, and Barcelona won their first 7 games in a row, didn't they, in the league? It was a fabulous start, and then in their 8th La Liga game, in the week following a Champions League game, they lost for the first time. Well, here they are. They haven't won their first 7 games, but they're undefeated. They've only drawn 1 and won 6. Here they are in their 8th game following a Champions League midweek and facing adversity again.
Yeah, it's not the ideal scenario, especially with the international break just around the corner. It's very important, psychologically speaking, to get into that second international break of the season with a win.
They have very much been a second half team when it comes to goal scoring this season. Barcelona, 14 of their 21 goals heading into the weekend had come in the second half. Same is true of Sevilla, mind you.
Olmo, if there's one day to sign some critics, it's today, man.
There's Balde getting involved for the first time, heading in from that left-hand flank. He will be up against Alexis Sanchez on that side of the pitch. Penalised for a foul on the Chilean veteran.
What foul?
Players the like of Alexis Sanchez, Azpilicueta, Marcao, even though he's younger, but he's been dealing with a lot of injuries. Let's see how they finish the game. How much energy left is there for them?
Yeah. Well, they played with such high energy, such intensity and purpose in those first 35 minutes. Alex, it's always tough to replicate that, isn't it? When you take a break, come out for the start of the second half, a yellow card now.
Yellow card for Isak, okay.
Coming out for Isaac Romero. There's a booking to go with his goal.
Yeah, for this foul on Pedri. But I insist, the scenario in the second half is going to be totally different, because now Barcelona have 10 outfield players that
Didn't know a
are
lefty
able to
center back was so
dribble out
important in the
presses,
system.
and that
Flick made a
wasn't
mistake not integrating
the
Joffrey
case in the
earlier.
first half. Look at Cubarsí.
Yeah.
I would play Gerard as center back if that balance is so important.
Picked off by Marcao after Cubarsí.
I would want to see Hansi Flick try Gerard Martin more at the left center back role. Inigo Martinez was vital for this system. Vital. That loss is massive.
Particular category, steals in the opponent's half.
So I would say that's something that the Hansi Flick should try to experiment with. See how much success we can have with that. He tried it during preseason.
Would finish the game with 5 at the back.
Again, Rashford finding some separation and avoiding the first challenge. Wanted the corner, which is not forthcoming. It's Alexis Sanchez who was actually applying the pressure. The two former Manchester United men together.
Great effort by Alexis.
All right. Still officially belongs to Manchester United, but
he was right.
I would definitely also be looking for in January. Make a signing, something. Someone needs to come in January.
free kick in the way of Barcelona after Olmo's efforts.
See, the problem now for Isaac Romero, he's split between the two center backs. In the first half, he only had to pay attention to Pau Cubarsí. He could float Ronald Araujo, and same on the left-hand side. That's why Barcelona will have more possession and will be playing in Sevilla's half in this second 45 minutes.
Yeah. Either way, in case you're keeping count at home, Marcus Rashford's goal for Barcelona meant that's now 46 games in a row in all competitions in which they've scored. They haven't been held scoreless for that long, nearly a year, in fact.
Aw, Kounde.
Back to a defeat at Real Sociedad last November, the last time they failed to score. That is a club record.
When our starters come back, no way you bench Rashford. Almost should be benched. And Rafinha behind the striker. Rafinha and Lamine can also switch. I think Marcus Rashford right now being arguably one of our best performers this season.
And Ejuke just warming up.
Clash of the two number 23s there, Kounde and Marcao. Centre back.
I think right now with how the players are performing, Rashford, Lamine.
Turkish football is 4th year in
No,
Seville.
Rashford, Rafinha, Lamine, Ferran on level up top.
He played an
almost not scoring, not pressing, not playmaking.
Series against
Should not be starting.
When he was playing for Galatasaray in the Europa League under Domènec Torrent, the Catalan manager. And this is where Sevilla just put an eye on him. He's good. He's very physical. He's got a pretty good, pretty decent left foot, but he struggles with his fitness.
Playing for just the
Would you start the 10?
in La Liga.
Well, ideally it would be Fermin. Ideally. But my guess is Rafinha.
Shadows starting to lengthen a little here. Sánchez-Pizjuán, but still plenty of late afternoon heat. The challenges are a little spicy at the moment too. Jules Kounde.
Right now?
That is a silly foul. He was absolutely cornered there.
See, because one thought process is like, hey, by giving trust and giving continuity to Dani Olmo, could we see the best level of him? But at the same time, if he's not playing well, don't play him.
Great moments of the first half came from the run of play.
I feel he's like a confidence player.
But they have this to work with now. Well, they didn't make best use of it. The free kick cannoning into Dani Olmo, but it does go behind for another corner, so they can reset.
We don't really have options right now.
Szczęsny's goal. Szczęsny playing for the
Ferran and Lewandowski off the bench is a cheat code.
Garcia's injury. Hanging delivery and a free header for Isaac Romero. And was that a handball?
Oh my God, Szczęsny.
Oh, Szczęsny in to deny the follow-up from point-blank range, and then getting the header all round was a Gourmet, but they're asking,
What happened here?
begging for a handball. Referee deciding it was offside.
No, it hits his back.
Let's take a look. No, he's turning his back to the ball. The arm is not outstretched or even raised.
No.
I'm not that sure with that last take.
Well, it wasn't away
Oh
from the body,
my
was
God.
it? But it cannon back down. You have to
Nothing,
decide, is
nothing.
that a natural position, and that's what they have decided.
Nothing.
I think the right decision, Alex.
Yeah, me too. That last take was a little bit confusing, but yeah, the key point is what you mentioned, that the arm is not in a natural position, and he's trying to turn his back on the ball.
If you bench Rashford when everyone is back, you suck all his confidence. No, I think Rashford starts.
Very different start to the
I think he
second
has to,
half, what we witnessed
especially with how good he's
in the
been
first.
playing.
Quick restart, looking for.
See, look how lackluster that press is.
And then Alexis Sanchez caught. Now Rashford picking up the pieces, squaring it invitingly across the top of the area, but Sevilla players going to ground at the moment effectively. Cubarsí. Balde looking for the give and go, and he's got it. Can he get the cross in? He can, but the angle too tight. Easy for Odysseus.
But he makes a difference on that left-hand side. He's way deeper than Gerard Martín. He can dribble. He's forcing Alexis Sanchez to track back and to become almost the fifth defender of Sevilla. Sevilla needs some changes.
Well, they've broken through the high.
Look at this counter right here.
So on the way, Gibril Son.
Frankie, get there. Ah,
Alexis Sanchez a little
lucky.
short. Had to wait for the ball to arrive. And now he's driven wide. Help arriving. Lucien Agoume.
That's offside. That's offside.
Is accurate. The cross is not. Disappointing end to a promising move there for the home team. Gibril Son, the former Eintracht Frankfurt man. He might have been offside.
There was a clear and obvious position, and that's a replay of the handball, potential handball by Alex Barley.
Well, I think that would have been in the category of harsh had it been awarded, but it's not as if we haven't seen those in the VAR era, Alex.
That's a main problem, Adrian. That's a main problem. That there's not such a thing of a steady set of criteria.
Yeah. Consistency is all we ask, and I think it's close to impossible in the realm of handball, isn't it? No one seems to know.
All right.
Meanwhile, a bit of frustration for Ruben Vargas. And Matias Almeida maybe preparing his first switches, having seen how the second half has opened up. Nemanja Gudel, Serbian midfielder, is standing by. Shot from distance, well over the top.
All right.
Gudel can also play as a
If that would be a
centre back,
handball, then all you
and
need
I'm
is try
afraid
to
that this is what Sevilla are going to do.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah,
take
you
off
just hit their
maybe
hand.
Vargas or Alexis Sanchez and reshape themselves with back five. Akor Adams is also ready, so maybe it's a two substitution, a straight swap for Isaac Romero.
Meanwhile, Barcelona trying to play it out at the back. Szczęsny deciding to go long, ultimately. Good work from Vargas, who's still looking really neat and tidy in everything he's done. It breaks Sevilla's way. Can they take advantage? Carmona. Sanchez, oh, he tried to play the return. Carmona had just pumped the brakes. And we've reached the hour mark. Alexis Sanchez, who scored goals everywhere he's been in his career, with the glaring exception of Manchester United, I should add, but scored goals everywhere else. He's never been on the winning side against Barcelona. Played them 4 times with 3 different clubs, all in the Champions League, and lost on all 4 occasions.
Look at that. Bro, Haaland is a machine, my word. Yeah, he's having a great season. As well as Haaland. Both of them are doing spectacular.
Adams, the Nigerian centre forward.
How many goals is Haaland at right now?
Sal making way for Gudel. It's a straight switch, isn't it?
Haaland is 8 goals in 6 games. That's ridiculous.
To keep tabs on Pedri.
Got a lot of energy, and Gudel is also very valuable when it comes to set pieces.
And the goal scorer, Isaac Romero, making way for Adams, who was a goal scorer.
These wingers do not want to run on ball.
Goal for Sevilla, his first La Liga goal, the only goal of the game, and it came late on in Madrid to win against Rayo Vallecano. Adams involved immediately on the left-hand flank and wins a corner. They signed him from Montpellier last January. Still looking at that handball that wasn't given. And the offside that followed it, and the referee, Muniz Ruiz, rather displaying where he thought the arm was doing. Here's Marcao.
Another corner for Sevilla.
Fizz in the cross, it takes another deflection behind. Sevilla getting themselves back on top in terms of momentum and pressure. Barcelona looking to relieve some of that now with Dani Olmo. Good looking pass. But Ferran Torres was matched stride for stride there by the ever 36-year-old Azpilicueta.
Excellent coverage by Azpilicueta.
Looking the ball out from the back very efficiently this time, though. Unable to break that high defensive line. Azpilicueta, who was with Atleti for the last 2 years, and of course Chelsea for over a decade, has had his tussles with Barcelona over the years, has only been on the winning side once against them, and that was all the way back in 2009, Alex, when he was still an Osasuna player.
Back in the day, he's been heavily linked with Barcelona in several occasions, but never signed.
Oh, nice, Pedri, what a touch.
But here's a chance for Barcelona.
Oh,
And near post.
what a play.
Odysseus able to deny Pedri, who found himself in a bit of space after that great combination with Rashford.
He had no options. He scanned the rest of the box, trying to find
nothing right there.
Torres, but both players were already marked.
He's the only player who started every game for Barcelona this season, Pedri.
That's oh, Eric. Oh, good try.
An open header. Odysseus able to beat it clear, but Eric Garcia found himself a little pocket of space here.
And I don't understand why Odysseus didn't try to block this ball. He conceded a second chance for Barcelona.
Rashford playing really well. Yeah, he's their best attacking player right now.
See, Alexis Sanchez is being forced to become more of a defender than an attacker in this second half. And that's detrimental for Sevilla. I expect Almeida to switch to a back five pretty soon, maybe introducing Quique Salas and trying to shield this advantage.
It's Cubarsí. Rashford, who's the man most likely to make things happen.
It was a great idea, poor execution. Isaac Romero. Alexis Sanchez was making that run at the back of the Barcelona defense, but the pass was very poor by Adams. Speaking of poor passes.
Yeah. Luckily, Szczęsny was alive to what was unfolding. Still far from happy, is he? 20 minutes into the second half, Hansi Flick trying to be the architect of another comeback.
Olmo has done nothing in the match. Ferran, very anonymous in the match. Lewandowski as well. None of our attackers have been great.
And up against it. Another corner coming Sevilla's way. Adams doing all the dirty work. Vargas to try and set the table here for Sevilla. Easy header away from Lewandowski, who was striving to get forward as a potential counter-attack unfolded. Instead, it's back the other way. The cross from Vargas along the ground, not really dealt with. Barcelona defence, Agüe. Now Mondi playing triangles here on the near side, Sevilla. And then
yeah, Rashford on the counter right here.
Lost balance at the crucial moment, and as a result, it's Rashford roaring forward in the other direction. Here's Olmo.
Olmo, what are you doing?
Lewandowski.
Why the Lewa?
Kounde back in. Rashford awaiting. Trying to replicate his goal at the tail end with the first half. With the first half strike, but this time defensive bodies in the way. That's Pilaqueta, one of them.
Rooney Bardaggi ready to reinforce Barcelona.
Let's see what Rooney can do. I would definitely say to take Olmo off.
Behind Lewandowski.
Good exchange from the corner, finding a better angle for Rashford, but Odysseus got to clear his lines again, and Sevilla see Adams running out of room, and now the switch can potentially happen.
He's going to play on the right-hand side for sure as a right winger, but let's see how Hansi Flick configures the rest of the attacking.
Ferran.
So it's Ferran Torres.
Okay.
It's technically a straight swap.
Okay.
It's been a really,
Ferran made the tackle that gave the ball to Pedri for the Rashford 6.
Ferran Torres had 4 goals coming in, makes way for Rooney Bardaggi, the Swedish under-21 international, the 19-year-old who was signed from FC Copenhagen for about $3 million. On for his 4th appearance.
He got a collab with the Swedish national team. And that will reinforce his morale for this game, for this stretch. He's decent. He plays. He's not shy. He loves taking on players on the right-hand side, but he lacks the final product so far.
It's a long.
Oh, Garcia, don't lose it.
Straight through the middle there, unchallenged, but came to nothing. Here's Pedri dropping deep in the search for space. Mondi. Cubarsí. Well, it's been a really quiet afternoon so far for Robert Lewandowski, but Alex, how many times have we said that? And then he's silenced everything with something late. And this is, like I mentioned it, the first half, a place where he has prospered, even flowered. There was one headline saying Lewandowski has his garden in the city of Seville, because he always seems to produce something here.
Oh, Ferran off before Olmo.
In his final 20 minutes.
I'm assuming that Hansi Flick wanted to take off Ferran and just go for a position for position swap.
The crowd doing their part here, the Sánchez-Pizjuán, but it's all Barcelona at the moment as Cubarsí is allowed to venture forward. Well, deflected cross, falling for.
That you bet.
Oh, he tries to tee up Pedri.
Good try.
Shot charged down, but a concentrated spell of pressure now being applied by the visitors, and it continues with Kounde. Awkward looking clearance from Mondi, who stays down. I'm not sure he's getting back up in a hurry.
He looks exhausted, but Cubarsí showed the way for Barcelona. They need to carry the ball up the field and force another Sevilla player that is man-marking one of your teammates to step up, and therefore that teammate will be free. And if nobody steps up, you need to take a shot from the edge of the box. That's the way. This is how I go back to an MLS game when Matias Almeida was managing San Jose Earthquakes. They considered a humiliating 7-1 defeat at Seattle Sounders. If you review that game, all those goals by Seattle Sounders came by just individual carries of the ball, because everyone else was just focused on the player that they were man-marking. This is exactly the issue that Cubarsí just caused to Sevilla with this carry of the ball. Januzaj enters the pitch. They need fresh legs. Peque, they need fresh legs, but also talent with the former Barcelona youth system player.
Interesting in the arrival of Adnan Januzaj, another former Manchester United man, is out there. 30 years old now, Januzaj. She joined Sevilla back in 2022, but he's had a couple of loan spells away from the club. Januzaj involved.
That's a penalty.
Has he given away a penalty?
That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Well, what a way to make an entrance. Adnan Januzaj in a wrestling match. Not the first contribution he was hoping to make. Penalty down this end of the ground in the first half against Barcelona. Now they appear to have earned one in the second. But was it outside the penalty area? It continued into the area, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. This highlights the importance of being connected,
That's a penalty.
being engaged into the game, even if you are a substitute player. You need to be fully into the game when you step into the pitch. There's no time for you to warm up. There's no time for you to take the temperature of the game. You need to get into the field at 100%, a full speed.
It is a penalty.
And Januzaj was
Lewandowski, come on.
doing that. The 1-2 was magnificent. Again, Alejandro Balde providing that width and depth on the left-hand side, and the clumsy action by Januzaj gives Barcelona the chance of leveling up the game.
Yeah, the two substitutes coming together there. Balde, who came on at half-time, of course, and Januzaj, who had just come on literally seconds earlier. First touch wasn't even a touch of the ball. It was a touch of Alejandro Balde, and he has cost his side dearly here with Robert Lewandowski now. The opportunity to bring Barcelona back from another deficit. Can he do it again in this city? Well, his favourite places to come. He's scored regularly against Sevilla and Betis here. And now has a chance to grab his 5th goal of the season and haul Barcelona level with a quarter of an hour to go. The Pole against the Greek.
Come on. Come on, Lewo.
Against Odysseus.
Oh,
He's missed. Well, there's a collector's item for you. Something you don't witness too often. Robert Lewandowski.
When it's not your day, it's not your day, guys. When it's not your day, it's not your day.
And you need to give credit to Odysseus Vlachodimos. He never committed. He waited and waited, and that's why Robert Lewandowski.
When it's not your day, it's not your day.
He was hesitant because Odysseus wasn't giving him any sort of clue. That's why Azpilicueta was hugging his goalie and then trying to adjust the ball right to the post. Yeah, it hit it, but it went wide. That's a wasted chance by Lewandowski, and as you said, it's a collector's item, seeing the Polish wasting a penalty kick.
Wow. Whatever twists and turns to this game have.
Oh, man.
As well, Alex.
Such a relief. 1,000 pounds went off his shoulders.
Well, it all leads to another hydration break. Vital liquids being taken on board for the final push here, the final quarter of an hour. And Robert Lewandowski, who has such a well-worn and established routine from penalties, doesn't he? But as you say, the key was Odysseus not committing one way or the other, as he so often gets goalkeepers to do with that little bunny hop. Not this time. This was the penalty and how it arrived.
Yeah, see, Lewandowski just raising his head, trying to look where Vlachodimos is going to dive. But yeah, he was holding, waiting, and forced Lewandowski to try to adjust to the max his shot.
About to get underway again. Draw your attention to action when we return at the end of the international break. We will have German Klassiker.
I'm just laughing at this point.
Bayern Munich, Borussia
Bro, why
Dortmund
didn't
at the
Balde
Allianz
start?
Arena. We'll have the full team on site.
Because I don't think
for you
he's
as,
fully fit to play the 90.
Sevilla go down the other end. Yeah, that game October the 18th after the international break, 11:30 a.m. Eastern start.
When you're
time
down,
on
always kick the penalty down the middle.
For the biggest game in German football.
The Robert Lewandowski Classic.
Yes.
Of course, Robert Lewandowski had a miss today.
Well, what does that almost unthinkable penalty miss do to the dynamics here for this final quarter of an hour? Sevilla must feel like they've used their get-out-of-jail-free card. Trying to give their fans here a moment to remember. They've had so little to cheer here on home soil for so long. They'll be cheering that shot well over the top from Ronnie Bardaghi.
This is what Bardaghi tries over and over. He's a left-footed player, but he loves playing on the right, cutting inside, trying to play the mighty Arjen Robben move. And this is Lewandowski upset after missing this penalty. Hansi Flick didn't even want to watch. Maybe he sensed something.
It's been that kind of afternoon, hasn't it? Hansi Flick was right to look away. 105 goals in 155 appearances for Barcelona since he joined. But Lewandowski, at the age of 37, has had to be getting used to coming off the bench a lot more this season.
Oh, nice. Frankie will turn. That's yellow. Nice.
Easy decision there for referee Muniz Ruiz.
So start him and take him off?
Gume into the
Yeah,
box.
but it's one thing about starting Balde in a context, you know, against a team with fresh legs and a Balde with,
French
you know,
midfielder, former
playing
Inter
against tired
player.
legs.
Look at Peque following the Jong after he had already passed the ball.
Like, I'm pretty sure if Hansi Flick, like, I'm pretty sure he wanted to start Balde first.
Yeah.
Today, this is
Despite losing right now, he's been
concerning
cut with the
for
trolls.
Barcelona, especially because they don't have many
I
players
know,
in the number 10
I know.
position.
It's an interesting ball around the back.
Rooney, please.
And an opportunity for an equaliser is spurned. Well, you talked about the finishing of Ronnie Bardghji, and what a chance there to grab his first ever La Liga goal.
It was a clear chance. Marcao was pestering him from behind, but an elite player, a Barcelona player, needs to put this on target. It was too easy. What a soft strike straight into Vlaho Dimos' hands. I feel that Bardghji felt the pressure
and that's why he
knowing
doesn't
that he
start,
had the
boys.
chance
That's
of
why he
scoring
doesn't start.
his first goal for Barcelona.
Well, they can scarcely believe what they're seeing. Bardghji, as you mentioned, just called up by the Swedish full team. So,
Man,
they've
Rooney,
under
you
21
had it.
appearances for them. He also had options either side of him, and it was 3-on-1 breaking into the area there. Of course, he was going to take the shot, but others alongside him.
Especially for young players, there's a huge difference when you shoot out of instinct with no time to process what you're about to do, and when you have that split second of realizing what you're about to achieve. This is when suddenly the goal shrinks, the goalie becomes a giant, and your feet are very heavy.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Alex, because he almost had too long.
I'm not gonna blame Rooney, you know. It's
Sevilla try and
young player,
get going again.
you know,
No corner
first
coming
instance
their
at
way.
Barcelona. You're wrong. Look how dangerous.
That's it. Peque involved there, as you say, Gerard. Fernandez Peque, the former Barcelona youth team player.
Peque means shorty in Spanish. Yep. It comes from pequeño, from pequeñito.
Yep. Collision in the centre circle.
Yellow card for Rashford.
Marcus Rashford is going to be cautioned as a
For
result
what?
of
For
it.
what?
Carmona still feeling the effects.
The ball wasn't involved. That could be reviewed easily.
Well, he was trying to change direction, wasn't he, Marcus Rashford? Trying to turn on a dime as the ball went sailing diagonally beyond him, and he had Carmona right on him, breathing down his neck. I think an arm caught the head. Ref's been busy, isn't he? 8 yellow cards handed out, 4 apiece.
That's a level of intensity that we were expecting. A lot of yellow cards from Barcelona came out of frustration, not intensity though.
Barcelona have won 10 of their last 11 away games in La Liga. They've gone 15 games unbeaten away from the Catalan capital.
Just forfeit?
Right,
This team is ass. Always has been. Lamine Yamal.
Seville.
Of course. Mustafa, what's up, brother?
And stoppage time to go.
Lamine Yamal. So only Lamine's the only good player?
Wow.
Decision going in Barcelona's favour. You can hear what the locals thought of that.
Come on. We're going to have like roughly 7 minutes left at a time.
Ball over the top for Rashford.
Come on, boys.
Marcus Rashford has, after a quiet start to life as a Barcelona player, has started to really bed in, Alex, and they've needed it with the injuries to Rafinha and, of course, to Lamine Yamal.
Not only that, and Fermin and Gavi that can also play as a number 10 or as a left winger are injured. Yeah, they need him to show his best version, the version that showed up just sporadically at Manchester United. Consistency is the key for a player with a lot of quality, with a lot of physical attributes, but who has been lacking the winning mentality.
Yeah. Certainly still very much in favour with Thomas Tuchel, the England manager. He'll be, I'm sure, keeping close tabs on every performance in the Barcelona shirt. Here's Januzaj, but
look at that.
Going to be allowed to continue a prior infringement.
They're going to cook all the players. They got to win. When you practically pass the ball to the keeper.
That.
This Barca hate watch for Madrid fans supposed to be generational. Back-to-back losses. I would be on the cloud 9 if I was a Madrid fan.
In this last minute.
Now Januzaj, ambitious ball to Adams, who stayed onside. Echo Adams!
Offside. All right.
The flag.
Well, I mean, guys, we're in October.
And offside.
Literally the first week of October.
That was a great move by Adams.
Yeah, offside leg, just slightly offside.
This first take, absolutely gorgeous. He gets a couple more
slightly
touches,
offside.
but he already knew that was offside.
Yeah, it'll be good for the confidence, even though it's not going to stand for Echo Adams, who I mentioned got off the mark last week. That goal against Rayo Vallecano, looking for his first home goal.
Christensen going to be coming on?
And it looks like Hansi Flick is looking for Andreas Christensen to play a role in the closing stages. Interesting.
Thank you, Jong. I don't know if he's injured, if he's nursing some sort of discomfort, or if he wants Christensen.
Should be minimum of 5 tech carry he has. Generally curious, how have you seen Olmo once on your screen?
There's Deco.
Olmo has been garbage.
And
he's been really bad.
Alongside. Now Januzaj trying to get to the byline.
Nice, Cubarsí.
Dispossessed by Cubarsí. And then dangling a leg out was Peque. He doesn't look that small, Alex, even if his name suggests it.
He looks like, he reminds me of Fermin. He really looks like Fermin. He's 172 centimeters, so it's 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, I guess by modern standards, that is. Barcelona looking for another late show. They produced them before in the season, and an opportunity.
Oh, Rooney, great try.
What it says with another big save.
Nothing working right now. We grew in, man. We go again next. Nah, Mustafa, you can't say goal again next year, bro. We haven't, dude. We haven't even. It's match day 2 of the Champions League, and we're in the 8th game of La Liga, bro. What do you mean goal against next year?
And Carmona scored. Jose Carmona. A sensational moment for Sevilla and Mateus Almeida.
Unfortunate. Good
who
game.
may just have ended 10 years of misery against Barcelona by clinching a victory.
Sánchez-Pizjuán roaring.
It's the next year.
What a move.
Oh
Run
man, that
by
sucks.
Carmona by the right back. It all starts here. Pedri, Kounde, Bardaji with a shot denied by Blacodimos, and we go from one end to the other with a quick.
This is a horrible
counterattack.
night, man.
Adams is smart enough to move away from the ball because he might have been outside.
Ah, Szczęsny should have done better there,
Barcelona
man.
leaving Carmona with no other option than taking the shot, and that was perfect. Across the goal, through the legs of Alejandro Valde. Szczęsny gets a touch on it, but he can't block it. 3-1. The game is almost over for this man's team, for Sevilla.
There we go.
The celebration, this is going to be the first home victory for Sevilla.
And Jose Carmona, Alex, watched him there. He was in his own net, in his own goal, as that move started, having just slid in.
International break coming at like the
Transfer.
perfect time.
Bardaji unfolded, and the save from Odysseus.
Oh,
He
if
got up
Hansi,
and sprinted the
if
full
Lewandowski
length of
scored
the
that
field.
penalty, if
Again, on
Lewa
end
scored the
of
pen.
that counter-attack.
All right, that is what it
Brilliant
is.
A hometown boy here, Jose Carmona, grew up in Seville. He's a youth team product. He's had his spells away out on loan, but what a moment for him, what a moment for this team. And what could potentially be a big moment in the story of this La Liga season. Barcelona.
Wait, but why Christensen playing as like the right center back?
Going down to their first defeat of the year.
They better
their
sort this
first
shit out by El Clásico.
defeat on the road.
By then, Lamine Yamal will be back, Rafinha will be back, Fermin will be back. Hopefully, Jong Garcia. No, Jong Garcia won't be back.
Since last December.
But most of our starters should be back.
That this happens right before an international break. And all the TV shows and all the radio shows will be talking about this crisis. Alexis Sanchez, no energy, no fuel left in the tank, leaves room for Ejuke. Red card.
Well, out of nowhere, a red card has come out. Is that Piqué?
Mm-hmm.
A straight red for Piqué, and Eric Garcia suggesting there was a stamp down by him. The
Oh.
leg out.
No, yeah, that's a red.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, that's a red
Being
card.
Very aggressive, pressing either Pedri, Dani Olmo. Now Eric Garcia, who's playing as a holding midfielder after the substitution after Andreas Christensen came on the pitch. And yeah, that was excessive force. And that's a replay. And as you pointed out, it's Carmona from one end to the other. This is the difference. There's a huge difference when it comes to spirit, when it comes to commitment with players that went through your youth system. That makes a difference, and Sevilla are very special. This is the place that gave birth to Jesus Navas, to Sergio Ramos, to a lot of character players.
Well, Piqué taking his time walking off, and maybe there's a reason for it, because the referee has been asked to come across and adjudicate here. See if this
What is the
was
referee looking
indeed
at right
worthy
here?
of a red card. Was it aggressive enough? Was there enough force? Studs are sort of showing, aren't they, Alex? But
It's going to reverse his decision.
no, he's changed his mind. It's
All right.
a stay of execution for Piqué.
Just wrap it up. It's game.
Turns into a yellow. Barcelona can't have even that sort of decision go their way on an afternoon where nothing much.
Nah, it's literally just a
Missed
bad
the
day.
penalty, remember?
Bad day at the office.
Was at 2-1.
Simple as that.
Missed a couple of other great opportunities. to
Simple
equalise,
as
really.
that.
Pedri was the main culprit, the substitute.
Credit to Odysseas Vlachodimos as well. He's been outstanding, forcing the mistake in Lewandowski's penalty, standing strong against Bardaji. He's an upgrade on goal for Sevilla.
Now the counter-attack is on.
Don't lose 4-1. Don't lose 4-1. That's the thing.
Adams in the middle. Adams! It's 4-1!
4-1. Oh my god.
It is sunshine in Seville for the home team. It is utter misery for Barcelona, who are going to end week 8 behind Real Madrid in the La Liga table. Tears of happiness, tears of joy.
Oh my god, this
Adams arriving here in Seville with his first home goal to put a very rich layer of icing on this rather tasty Seville cake, Alex.
Lovely and delicious. The pass by Peque into the space for Ejuke, sprinting with his fresh legs, and then Ejuke being generous with Akor Adams. This is
Hope Flick plays Lamine
where
carefully when he comes
Barcelona
back.
keep conceding goals. Ball into wide areas and then across for leaving the striker in full advantage against the goal. This is something that Barcelona need to improve. This is something that Sevilla have been working throughout the week, and they're reaping their good job. Excellent maneuver, deserved victory for Sevilla.
A week 8 nightmare again for Barcelona. You might remember, Alex, last year, same time of the season, having won their first 7 games, they went to Osasuna and conceded 4. And
Bro,
lost
Omar
4-2.
losing his shit.
And here they are. in
Dude,
week
I
8
want to see like Omar. What's his reaction?
after a Champions
Hold up,
League
I want to see this. I want to see
conceding
this.
4 again.
Oh, he's live as well.
Team who'd forgotten what it's like to win
End
at
the
home,
season,
forgotten
man.
what it's
This
like
is
to beat
rubbish.
Barcelona. Oh, they could get worse. Yeah, Adams is broken through. Can he make it 5?
Hold up.
Cubarsí stretching to deny him.
Fucking fraud.
Well, this will leave a lesson for Barcelona. They need to reassess their highlight because their opponents have deciphered them. It's the same maneuver in which Paris Saint-Germain scored the second goal at the Montjuic, the same maneuver that Real Sociedad used to score the first goal last week. They need to change something because this high line is not as effective as.
Wait, hold up. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Bro. Oh my god.
My goodness gracious me, man. This is incredible.
This is
Hey.
Oh, he stopped he stopped the stream. Oh wait. Wait, no, I need to mute that. I need to mute that. But I mean, it is what it is. Barcelona, they lose. They lose 4-1. What? Is there anything time left in the match? Referee, just call it, man. The game's over. Nah, but that's hilarious. Yeah, this is not but the hotline. I mean, I completely it was a bad performance. It was a bad performance. Referee, call the match. Still not calling the match? I'm staying away from YouTube tonight. ESPN post game and all the headlines. Whenever Barcelona lose, I'm not on stream. Omar lost the plot, man. Just ended the stream. I know. Omar was like raging. But it's understandable. But right, boys. Barcelona, they lose. Sevilla played well. I would say, I mean, just victory. Barcelona were not added tonight. In the first half, we should have honestly gone, down by more than 4 goals. At the end of the half, it happens. It was a bad game. It was a bad game. It was a bad game. It is what it is. Right, boys. Will be, to be honest, should have been 7-1. The amount of chances that Sevilla created, for sure. We missed some chances too. Like, what Barcelona they have to do is, like, this is something that Real Madrid does so well. But whenever Real Madrid don't deserve to win, or whenever they don't deserve, to get result, they do. If Robert Lewandowski scored that chance, if Rui Bardaji scored that chance, we're looking at a different game. Rashford injured? What? No way. You're joking. No. You're joking. You're joking. Rashford's injured. Marcus Rashford is injured. Oh my god. Nah, man. Just end it all. Just end it all. But guys, I'll be back in a couple minutes with the match reaction. Awful day.